You know, I came to this website to gain a little notoriety, spread the good word about self-empowerment through self-education, and add a few cryptids, and honestly, I'm just feeling so attacked right now. Nobody's ever had it as bad as me. Greetings and felicitations, assorted children of the internet. I am the Logician, and there have been growing allegations as of late that I revel in the misery of others, and on the one hand, everyone enjoys a little bit of schadenfreude every now and then. I mean, you love to see a turf face the consequences of their actions. You love seeing a shitty politician get what's coming to them. I feel like this applies to most people. But because certain parties, who will remain nameless, have decided, oh, it's okay to make fun of the male VTuber because they don't have feelings, I figured tonight I would make a point and show you just how miserable I can make people if I put my heart to it. Or rather, the lack thereof. So tonight, we're going to be playing Everyday Misanthrope. I know little to nothing about this game, and oh god, what... Already I'm seeing the consequences of my own actions. What have you sent me, Gaucher? Alright. Oh. One moment. You know? I do my best to do good by people. I add moderator titles. And this is what I get in exchange. I see how it is. I see how it fucking is. Yeah, eat your bread. Make that shmoney? Is that how the song goes? Either way. We're playing Everyday Misanthrope. And I intend to see just what it is that most people seem to associate with miserable old fucks. And see just how closely I seem to follow the stereotype. So, first and foremost, this is a veritable bop, as the children say. I think the children still say that, don't they? I have to recommend a draft game like that. You know what? It would not be the weirdest game I would have played on these types of streams, so by all means. Also, do let me know how the volume is sounding between myself and the game. I am just currently enjoying the soundtrack, such as it is. I mean, I've always had an aesthetic preference towards chiptune music. So I'm just enjoying myself right now. Anyway. Let's go ahead and get things started. You wake up. Insert Homestuck joke here. There is no joy in your life, only pain. Alright, good to know. Yesterday was miserable. You can only hope today will be as miserable. Plus 50 misery tokens. You get out of bed with purpose. You know exactly what you need to do today. The same thing you do every day, Pinky. You have not ruined anyone's life yet, or anyone else's life. It is an early Wednesday morning, and you are at home. Now, I mean, if the object of this game is, in fact, to spread as much misery as possible, then where better to start than public transit? You take the bus to work. You get on the bus. It is not yet crowded, but it will be. Put the game for you on Discord link. I appreciate that, Carl. And yeah, no worries. I mean, lurkers are always welcome. Speaking of lurking, I could stare uncomfortably. Now, I suppose the question becomes at this point, when it says 1 misery, 2 misery, is that misery that I am expending or misery that I am earning? Well, let's find out. You lounge across 2 seats. Okay, so I used 2 misery tokens. A college student carrying several large, heavy bags gets on the bus. She stares at you while she stands. 1 life ruined today. So far, so good. You were tired. God, yeah, you have no idea. This is actually... The lack of music is getting to me. I think I'm gonna put some on. Let me see here. There we go. Turn that down a little bit. It's the wrong thing I was turning down. There we go. Okay. Well, I mean, once again, apparently the purpose of this game is to lean into the evident stereotype that I have apparently fallen under, so might as well keep rolling with it. Stop for coffee. Well, I personally hate coffee, and also, if I'm still on the bus, that means there's yet more lives to be ruined. You decide not to get coffee and continue with your commute. You arrive at work and immediately attend a meeting. Silently. Well, I mean, I might want to be conservative with my misery tokens. I feel like this is a slow build. Like, this is something that I'll just sort of gradually, like, lower everyone's collective, well, special defense stat, essentially. So, you lean in your chair, making it squeak loudly every time someone talks. And because no one has the right to be pissed. Yeah, no, exactly. Because, like, it's like, no, they can't help that they're just moving. Your coworker who called the meeting together loses track of her thoughts every time you squeak. See, there you go. It's psychological warfare at that point. 1 life ruined today. The office kitchen has coffee, but it is nearly empty.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence.
I mean, here's the thing. This is another one of those instances where I can kind of, like, especially for me, because I detest coffee personally. This could be, like, my excuse of, like, oh yeah, I grabbed whatever was in the cabinet. I don't drink coffee very much, so I wasn't sure which thing was which. I'm sorry, there's something just particularly ironic about Snake Eater playing in the background. You refill the coffee with decaf. You do not label it. Throughout the day, your coworkers get cranky and short-tempered. An internal email thread asks if anyone has any Advil. 10 lives ruined today. See, you know, like, I got, like, +2 return on that. You know? Actually, no, +4. Paul from accounting comes over to chat with you. Make an insensitive comment. Oh. Let's see. Now, I feel like this is too easy. First of all, like, this isn't me. Like, I will, like, poke fun at people, but I'm not gonna, like, make some sort of, like, racist or sexist comment just to get under people's skin. That's, first of all, that's baby shit. That's, like Turf Wizard University bullshit. And we are above that. I think I will, like... I'll probably go with something a little more under the table, like insecurities. You point out his insecurities in a jokey way. See, and with this one I can also say it was just a joke. You're no longer on friendly terms with Paul. He spends the rest of the day dwelling on his insecurities. One life ruined today. So I believe that's 13 total so far? Oh yeah, well, it just is right there. You head to a local diner for lunch. I feel like... Once again, it is very easy to just make a mess of things and just be a slob generally. You know, anyone can do that. Like, if we're trying to be creative here and, like, essentially cause, like, a domino effect, I feel like I can be very indecisive at times. Like, when it comes to, like, places where I really enjoy the food. This is why I prefer to order from home. Like, because then, you know, I don't have to keep people waiting. However, in this particular instance, especially since I don't like wasting food, I'm going to change my order multiple times. I think it'd be even more frustrating if someone did shit like that. Well, that's just it. Like, it's more like yeah, it's okay, take your time. Like, I know you're not trying to be mean. You order a cheeseburger. Later, you ask to change it to pasta. Then you ask for a chicken sandwich instead. The chef complains at the server, blaming her for wasted time. 2 lives ruined today. Well, there you go. 2 for 1 special. It is time to pay the lunch bill. I mean, here's the thing. If you leave without paying, you're never going to come back to that. They're not going to let you into that establishment again. I feel... like, this is another one of those subtle instances where you can just claim, like, I don't have any extra change with me, or I wasn't particularly impressed with the service. If you go out of your way to complain to management, like, that's... I feel like it's just going to be like, this is the simple cherry on top of the whole fiasco, because, like, it in and of itself isn't as big a deal as if you're a Karen to the management, but this is just one of those, like, straw that broke the camel's back sorts of things. You pay the bill, but do not leave any tip. The server complains to the other servers. They share stories of bad customers. Everyone's mood lowers. But, well, there you go. Like, so, again, I'm noticing a pattern here, where it's like, least expenditure gets most output. It pays to be cost effective when you're an asshole professionally. You return to work and sit at your computer. Oh, God. No, I'm not going to be... Once again, this is too obvious, too easy, and it just wastes a lot of misery tokens. I am torn between the first and second here. Because, like... I fucking hate grammar Nazis. I despise grammar Nazis. Because, like, on the one hand, I do like to think that I am fairly well spoken, despite having grown up with a speech impediment and having to deal with that. But I also cannot stand it when someone says, I believe you meant this word instead of that word. Because at that point, you're sort of missing the forest for the trees when it comes to the actual topic of conversation. And while yes, you might be technically correct, you're sort of shifting the topic altogether. I feel like this one, because, like, I grew up knowing a lot of people who specialized in very specific and annoying elements of bureaucracy professionally, between, like, bankers and attorneys and, you know, insurance adjusters and things like that. This hits home for me. Just the lack of specificity in an instruction. It leaves so much room for, like, just human error. It's like, you know what it is? It reminds me of that specific... I forget the era specifically. But it was an exam. It was an exam meant to sort of determine whether or not you were eligible to vote in the United States. And the questions, the phrasing of the questions was left purposefully vague and non-specific, simply so that specific demographics of people could be targeted when it came to grading these exams. And they could just say, oh, because you didn't select this, like, this was the incorrect answer because da-da-da-da-da. But it was purposefully vague to make sure people would get the questions wrong. And it was predominantly targeted towards people of color. And women, if I remember correctly. But I think predominantly people of color. And it was just using the lack of specificity as an excuse to say, oh, nope, you got this wrong. I guess you don't get the vote. So I am going to go with this specific type of evil here. You send a vague support ticket to IT complaining that your computer is acting abnormal. 2 different IT technicians come to your desk over the course of the day to try and diagnose your problem. They eventually leave without success. 2 lives ruined. You check your calendar for work, or work calendar for short. Change meeting room. God. Ah, man. Take vacation during an important milestone. This has happened to me so many times at certain jobs where, like, at the last minute, the location of a meeting is changed, and so a lot of people are just sort of thrown for a loop as to where they're supposed to meet. So I'm going to go with this one. You change a meeting between rooms on opposite sides of the campus. You disabled email notifications. Ernie from engineering has a broken leg. He did not appreciate arriving in one room only to find out he had to move to another. I mean, we're doing pretty good so far. You take a bathroom break. No one else is in the room with you. No, see, that's just fucking... I feel like these are just sort of like... It's one thing to, like, ruin people's lives a little bit. It's another to just be unsanitary. So... On command, yeah, on command, as you do. Well, I mean, to be fair, it also depends on what diner you chose to go to for lunch, so. I think I'm gonna go with leave the faucet running. Because, again, you have plausible deniability here. And you're still technically being sanitary. When you finish in the bathroom, you leave the faucet running. Susan from Public Relations walks in and slips in the water pooled on the floor. The janitor grumbles as he cleans it up. 2 lives ruined today. It's the end of the workday, but your job isn't done yet. Shopping at the mall. Well, see, the thing is, like, if you just go for a walk, then they'll just say, oh, you're slacking off. If you go shopping at the mall, they'll say, oh, you're slacking off. If you're running errands at the grocery store, you can say, sorry, I had an emergency. I needed to do some quick shopping because maybe my SO needed some tampons, or maybe my child ran out of like medication or baby food. Like, again, plausible deniability. I mean, your work isn't over and you have more. Oh, okay. Okay, no, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I feel like there's more room for potential misery at a grocery store with that in mind, rather than just if you're going to the mall to hang out and just enjoy leisurely activities. Because at a grocery store, it's like no one really wants to be there. They're there because they have to be, and they want to get through the process of buying everything as soon as possible. So yeah, you arrive at the grocery store and start wandering the aisles. One place, car with food, junk food and healthy snack stuff. See, the thing is, like, I feel like this middle one has the most room for the buildup of irritation, because, like, I've noticed, especially as of late, that, like, the aisles in the grocery store have become, like, the fast lane on a freeway. Whereas, like, if you don't already know exactly what it is you're looking for and where you are going to find it, there's going to be people, like, piling up next to you on either side. Or like, okay, I need to get past this person. You know, will they hurry the fuck up? Essentially, parallel parking on the freeway with this option, I think, is going to provide the most irritation. You take your time shopping the aisles, taking random items here and there. When your cart is full, you abandon it. It takes 2 night shift workers an hour to put all your items back. I swear I have a master's degree. To put all your items back from your cart. They don't have time to take their 15-minute breaks. You take your grocery items and choose a checkout lane. Oh, is there a self-checkout? Use a 12 items or more thing. Attempt to use expired coupons. Pay with least. There's this change. See, with this one, this just takes a longer time. With this one, this is delving more into the specific misery associated with bureaucracy. This is just tedious. Like, this is gonna annoy me just as much as it annoys the person I'm with. Or has to put up with me, so I'm gonna go with this one. You spend the next 20 minutes arguing with the cashier about each declined coupon. They are all declined. The cashier is only patient because he needs the job. He complains about you to everyone as soon as you leave. The customer behind you tells you clearly how she feels about your antics. You ignore her. 2 lives ruined today. On your way out, you leave the shopping cart in the middle of the only free parking space. A woman throwing a party rushed to the grocery store to get ice. Unfortunately, the only free spot was taken up by a shopping cart. You're bored of the grocery store. Well, I mean, so long as I have more lives to ruin. You take the elevator to the 2nd floor of the mall. Yeah, I know, I got a freebie for that one. You take the elevator to the 2nd floor of the mall. The elevator facing the wrong way. Into elevator without landing as we first. Once again, this is child's play. I feel like if it's a shopping mall and a particularly busy, like, moment in the shopping mall, like a busy hour, this one is gonna cause, like, there's the greatest chance of people bumping into each other. And once again, I like to be a little like... Let's call this being financially conservative with our misery points. You enter the elevator and keep your back to the door. Everyone avoids your eyes and gets off on the elevator as soon as possible. 3 lives ruined today. You enter one of the high-end clothing stores. Oh, God. Oh, how can I fucking tear this place apart? Disturb, chemical clothes. Lots of clothes, but giant. Now, this is just destructive, and this has the greatest chance of you, like, just getting banned from the store, or even getting in trouble. This one, again, has plausible deniability. You take a large pile of clothes into the dressing room. Nothing fits. You leave without buying anything. A retail worker spends all night sorting through, folding, and hanging the clothes you left behind. She earns no commissions tonight. On your way out, you nonchalantly set off a security detonator. A minimum wage security guard has to figure out how to reset the old alarm system. 1 life for... Hey, again, I'm getting freebies! You're bored of them all. You go for a stroll downtown. I mean, listen, the planet doesn't deserve to suffer for my bullshit. Orders a crosswalk, one center of the sidewalk. I mean, I've been doing pretty well in terms of, like, pinching pennies. I feel like I can splurge a little bit. You walk in the center of the sidewalk. You create traffic as people are stuck behind you. A family heading your way has to split up as you saunter right through them. 3 lives ruined. On your way back from your walk, you run through a flock of pigeons. Oh, now you're speaking my language. 12 startled pigeons who have been enjoying bread fly away and do not return. Oh man, Christmas has come early. Oh, it's good to be alive. You are bored of walking. Go home for the day. You take the metro home. If I can just ruin one more day, that'd be fantastic. Using on your phone without using headphones. Watching this on the nanny on your tablet. Eat something pungent. I mean, first of all, the only circumstances under which I'm going to be watching The Nanny if it's a fucking compilation video of the butler, who is objectively the best character in that show. I think I'm going to go with the music, because, like, here's the thing. I have the excuse of not having, like, a headphone jack on my phone. So I wouldn't be able to use headphones anyway. Am I dissing Fran Drescher? Oh, you mean the known, the known supporter of Israel who was fucking over people as the president of SAG-AFTRA? That Fran Drescher? Because yes, I am. Yeah. Anyway, you listen to dubstep on your phone without using headphones. A woman reading a book glances up several times before finally giving up and putting the book away. 1 life ruined. Yes! Nice even 50. That feels good. You're finally home. So are your neighbors. Neighbor's garbage can. Open your neighbor's gates so the dog escapes. I mean, I don't want to fuck with the dog. The dog didn't do anything wrong. All dogs are innocent. The neighbors, on the other hand. You unlock the lid of your neighbor's garbage can and prop it open. Tonight the raccoons will get into it. Tomorrow, birds will spread the garbage across the lawn. Your neighbors will not be happy. 2 lives ruined today. You relax in front of your computer and open Reddit. Oh god. Why would I do this to myself? Steel cameras. I mean, like, if you're on Reddit, it's not going to be that difficult to find people who are wrong about things. You correct people on the internet. Most of the time, they were right and you are wrong. It doesn't stop you. Not only do you frustrate the people you wrongly corrected, others rise to their defense. 100 comments are posted arguing with you. 6 lives ruined today. You check the rest of social media. Share factually inaccurate, but good. I'm steering clear of Facebook. Appropriately. Pretend naive ignorance and discussing politically charged topics. YouTube. Telling people they're wrong is like ostrich. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Use hashtags inappropriately on Twitter. Pretend naive ignorance and discussing publicly charged topics. I mean, considering how much of my content finds its way to YouTube, I feel like this would just be shooting myself in the foot. So, gonna go with this one. You tweet vaguely about the evils of political correctness using a variety of popular... Jesus fucking Christ. Someone attempts to argue with you. Someone else tweets in support of you. They spend the rest of the night arguing in your mentions. It devolves into name-calling. 2 lives ruined. Alright, even 60. You yawn. It's getting late and time for bed. You take a moment to reflect on the day. You have 7 unused misery tokens. You could have done better. You have ruined 60 people's lives. Or 60 people's days. It has been a terrible day. Dallas. Oh. Well, the theme is back, I guess. Dallas, a college student carrying heavily music equipment, had to stand unnecessarily at the... Oh, this is a run-through of all the people I fucked over. Brenda, from sales, couldn't concentrate during the meeting she called due to your squeaking chair. 10 of your coworkers drank decaf without knowing it. Too many to name. Paul from accounting spent the rest of the day dwelling on his insecurities. Gordon, head chef at Bob's Diner, wasted time remaking an order 3 times. Olivia, a server at Bob's Diner, had to deal with the abrasive head chef. Olivia, server at the diner, was stiffed on her tip. 3 other servers at Bob's Diner were reminded of bad customers. Rob and Vicky, 2 IT technicians, wasted time trying to fix a made-up problem with your work computer. Ernie from engineering, hobbling across campus on a broken leg when his meeting room changed. Susan from public relations slipped on the wet floor of the bathroom. Quinn, the office janitor, spent over an hour cleaning up the bathroom spill. Brandy and Marcus, 2 minimum wage... It really does hit different when you name the people you fucked over. Brandy and Marcus, 2 minimum wage employees at the grocery store, spent an hour putting back items from your cart. David, a cashier, resented your insistence in using expired coupons at the grocery store. Raquel, I apologize either way for butchering the pronunciation. A customer at the grocery store resents being ignored when she complained about holding up the line. Georgia, the woman throwing the party, was inconvenienced by the shopping cart sitting in the only free parking space. Jane, Mia, and Noah get off the elevator on the wrong floor in order to avoid your uncomfortable gaze. Susie, a worker at the clothing store, spends all night putting away the mountain of clothes you left in the dressing room. Carlos, a minimum wage security guard, spent an hour trying to reset an old alarm system at the mall. Eliza and Freddie were rudely interrupted as you walked right between them. Gavin tries to put to get past you as you walk, but you always seem to be in his way. 12 pigeons were startled and flew away from their delicious bread. Carmen, a reader on the bus, couldn't concentrate on her book. Raquel, thank you. Gretchen and Molly will have to spend tomorrow picking up pieces of garbage strewn across their lawn. I am not you, Potato Man 666, and Ludum Dare? Ludum Dare? Am I reading that correctly? Did not like being corrected, especially since they weren't wrong. Throwaway 6549 and Ang_P and what spent the night thinking up inventive new insults for people like you. Ludum Dare, this is the name of a game jam. Oh, is it? Oh, well. I think this was made for a game jam, so. They may appear to enjoy it, but they don't. Ralph and Emily spent all night arguing with one another about hashtag activism. Congratulations! You ruined a total of 6 lives today. Thank you for playing. Alright. I mean, that was pretty good, but I think we can potentially do better. So, this time around, let's try and go with the cheapest options possible and just... Because this was me just sort of acting as though it were me in these scenarios. Let's see what happens out of morbid curiosity when we choose the least costly options every time. Alright. Let's skip work today. You skip work today. Unfortunately, this only makes you more miserable. Wow, okay. You won't be able to spread this misery unless you get out of the house. Drive to work late. Rush hour traffic is particularly bad this morning. No, actually. I mean, I know what I said about wanting to just only use the least one. I think I will actually just play this as myself again, because this is a wholly different scenario. Merge right without using your blank. Oh, God. Slow down to fast lane. I mean, here's the thing. I can actually afford to splurge a little bit with this one. Because this could actually get people killed. This one is just annoying. You slow down in the fast lane. An 18-wheeler honks its horn at you and slows down. It is late with a new shipment of really? Of all the fucking things. I mean, here's the thing. I will not object about fucking over Nintendo. I say this as someone who predominantly plays, like, Nintendo games. The collectors will be sad. Good. Today's already off to a good start. 6 lives ruined and excellent. You're tired. Well, let's actually stop for coffee. Because we didn't do that the first time. And I'm already late, so... Oh no. You look for a space to park. Take a spruce by time. There's being a dick and then there's being evil. Maybe I'm missing something here, by the way, but what even is the difference between taking up 2 spots and double parking? I thought they were the same thing, admittedly. Well, I mean, clearly it seems to be implying that they're not the same thing, so I guess I'll just go with the option that costs less. You park crooked and take up the only 2 free spots in the parking lot. Unfortunately, no one else needs the spot. Ah, damn. The coffee shop is busier than you expected at this time. You reach in front of the line and order your drink. Double parking is parking next to another car that is on the street. Oh, okay. Interesting. Reach in front of the line and order your drink. A very large order. I mean, I already did this one. Yeah, because, like, this was essentially my diner order. Double espresso. I mean, I was kind of thinking the same thing, Koshe, admittedly. Like, coffee with no coffee. It's like ordering a BLT without bacon, lettuce, or tomato. You order a triple skinny venti non-fat vanilla iced soy latte with heavy whip, shaken not stirred. I'm gonna be honest, I understood like half of that. Once again, I'm not a coffee person. The barista remakes your order 3 times trying to follow your conflicting directions. You were late to work and missed a meeting. 2 co-workers waited for you to arrive. Sorry, it's just me choking on my own misery, I suppose. 2 co-workers waited for you to arrive for 20 minutes before canceling. Paul from accounting comes over to chat with you. I mean, I'll say, like, the 2 co-workers waiting does kind of make up for my own blunder with the parking spaces. Yeah, I think I'll go with texting this time. Yeah, because once again, this... Even if this one is free, this does not feel like something I would do. You pull out your phone and start texting in the middle of the conversation. He tries to get your attention. He calls you an unkind word and walks away. You head to a local diner for lunch. Let's see, make a mess. Yeah, I'll go with this one. Because it's easy enough to say, like, hey, like, you messed up this part of my order. I mean, on the one hand, I feel guilty about wasting food, but... Well, actually... Actually, I feel like... Yeah, no, I feel like I'll go with this one, actually. It's like... Because here's the thing. If I make a mess, not only is this going to force someone to have to clean up the booth or table that I'm at, it's going to force other customers to have to wait if they want to sit there. You spill spaghetti on the floor. Then you drop your drink. After you leave, the busboy nearly quits over the mess. The server agrees to split her tips to placate him. Neither are happy. And lunch bill. I mean, if I didn't get to eat the food, then yeah, I guess I'd have reason to complain. You complain about the food to management. After enough fuss, the manager finally agrees to comp you the meal. It was obvious there was nothing wrong with it, except that it was on the floor. You return to work and sit at your computer. Alright, so now I think we're going to go with correcting grammar. You respond to a company-wide email thread correcting someone's grammar. Your coworker is mortified they mixed up your and your. English is not his first language. Oh, God. Oh, I hate that. Thinking about the time my dad ordered chicken soup described as just like mom used to make and sending it back because his mom never made chicken soup that way. Oh, God, that's diabolical. I love that. Yeah, no, I shook this fucker down to the fucking core. You check your work calendar. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the late meeting. You set up a meeting for 7 p.m. to go over a budget emergency. You do not attend the meeting. Justin and Gwen cancel their dinner plans to attend. Donna misses her son's school recital. 4 lives ruined. Take a bathroom break. I mean, once again, like, ideally I would not do any of these. However, there is greater plausible deniability with one of them. Okay, you use the toilet and then pile all the toilet paper in it before flushing. I mean, the clogged toilet overflows. Gloria from Publishing says, fucking Gloria's not having any luck today. The janitor marks the bathroom out of order. There are no other bathroom. Oh god, this is a ripple effect and a half. 8 lives ruined. It's the end of the workday, but your job isn't done yet. Let's start by going for a walk. Loiter at the crosswalk. You stroll across the crosswalk on a busy street. You're only halfway across when the light turns green. The driver of an SUV lays down its horn and revs its engine. You look at him in the eye and slow even more. He flips you the finger. On your way back to for pigeons. Yeah, so the pigeons are a gimme. We're walking. Let's go to the mall. If it's the wrong way. Some buttons. I think this one works. I mean, is it childish? Yes, but like, you could also just sort of make the mistake of, oops, I leaned into the buttons. You're on the first floor and need to go to the second. You press all 13 buttons. A man taking the elevator to the 13th floor comes up with a new insult each time the elevator stops. I'm not being really cost effective at this point. Well, I mean, night's still young and I'm already at 40. You're into one of the high-end clothing stores. I mean, let's just consider this redistribution of wealth, albeit in a roundabout way. You browse the dresses and pluck the size tags from each one. Oh, my dumbass, I mistook those for price tags. 4 teenagers come into the dress shop looking for a prom dress. They can't find the right size. On your way out, oh yeah, this one. We're at the mall, grocery store. Let's go with this one. You take some fruits and stick them next to the cheese. You move ice cream to the bread aisle. A minimum wage employee spends all night finding misplaced items and returning them to their rightful place. A second employee has to clean out the ice cream that's melting all over the English. I was gonna say, the melting ice cream is gonna be, like, extra difficult to have to deal with. Yeah, I mean, this one, like, you can at least use the excuse of, like, I'm in a hurry. You take your full cart to the express lane at the grocery store. The customer is always right, so the cashier rings you up anyway. He calls you something unkind the moment you're out the door. Customer with a single purchase waits impatiently behind you. He's late to TV night with the friends. Anyway, yeah, We're at the grocery store, going for the day. You drive home after a long day of misery. And block bicycle lane. Windows. Like this, I feel, doesn't really matter all that much because people can just turn up their own music. I mean, you're supposed to slow down at a yellow light. That's like the indication of, hey, it's going to turn red soon. So this isn't even much of anything. You drive in the specifically marked bicycle lane. Yeah, I'm glad we were on the same page, Koshe. A cyclist swerves to avoid you. He yells profanities. Later tonight, he will complain about the motorists to anyone who listens. The motorists. I'm wondering more and more if this was made outside the United States. Any neighbors? On the one hand, because once again, I don't think I would ever do anything to endanger a dog. I mean, I could get got for making a phony call, but also depends on where I'm calling from. And here's the thing, at the end of the day, I am far more likely to do something to fuck with the police than I am to endanger a dog. You call 911 anonymously about domestic disturbance. The police arrive and demand to be let in. An argument breaks out. Your neighbor, who lives alone, keeps shouting, "Am I being detained?" The police are not amused. You relax in front of your computer and open up Reddit. Everyone. I mean, I don't even understand what karma is with Reddit. I've never touched Reddit in my life, so I don't even know what this means. But I'm guessing that karma is some sort of like brownie points you get for posting shit on Reddit. It's like getting view. Oh, okay. I mean, here's the thing. If it fucks over people on Reddit, it's enough to, like, if one dude is downvoting people, that's just a mild annoyance. This, I feel, is actively fucking over people's ability to get their, like, message out, so. You go back a year and steal photos people posted of their cats. You repost them under your name without attribution. Oh, God. 2 different Redditors noticed their cats reposted under your name. Others are upset at the immorality of karma theft. I mean, already I'm doing better. Like, I'm about to push 60, I think. I mean, I can't do this one. So. You share an image linking vaccines. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, that felt dirty. Oh, I felt dirty for that one. Not the autism, anything but that. Your strange uncle posts in agreement. The thing is, I can at least think of more than a few relatives of mine who would agree with this, and it sickens me to my core. And arguments break out among your extended family in the comment section. Bad. You take reflect on the day. You could have done... Okay, so it is definitely appearing that the goal is to use as few of your misery tokens as possible. However, I did increase my output. I jumped from 60 to 63. It's been a terrible day. Alright. Let's go through all this. Alright, so this time, I will absolutely go with the cheapest options possible. And we will see what we get out of that. And Epic. Honk horn. You honk. The car in front of you changes lanes. You're tired. I mean... I feel like it would be cheaper to just keep going. You decide not to get coffee and continue with your commute. You arrive at work and meeting squeaking your chair. I mean, I already did this, but this is the cheapest option. Office kitchen is coffee. Take the last of the coffee without making more. You empty the coffee and don't refill it. The financial manager arrives later, hoping for a cup before a meeting. She sees it empty and leaves dejectedly. Fall from accounting. I mean, once again, I need to stress this is not something I personally would do, but we're going with the fiscal conservative route this time around, so. You make an insensitive comment and claim it's just a joke. Paul tries to explain that your comment was inappropriate, but you deflect. He gets frustrated and leaves. Diner, change your order multiple times, yeah. Lunch bill. Don't tip. Return to work, consider your computer. Correct someone's grammar. Did that one. Check your work calendar. Change meetings on notification. Did that. Bathroom. Job work is done. Go for a walk. I mean, once again, we're taking the easy route here, much to my chagrin. You drop a candy bar wrapper on the ground. An environmental activist complains loudly of human waste as he picks up your litter and attempts to recycle it. On your back. Once again, the pigeons. I appreciate the gimme with the pigeons. There. Leave shaman guy. Alright, disturb the carefully folded clothes. You take a shirt from the bottom of a pile of carefully folded clothes. They all fall to the ground. A retail worker practically follows you around, refolding shirts as you knock them down. She earns no commissions tonight. On for the day. Slow down the yellow light. You slow down at the yellow light, instead of speeding through it like everyone else. Well, that's not what you're supposed to do. A minivan behind you steps on the brakes. They will not get to practice on time. Oh, darn. Oh, darn. I mean, this one I'm not even sure is just like a dick. This is literally what you are supposed to do at a yellow light. You slow the fuck down. Better than the neighbors. Unlock the lid. Alright, downvote everyone. You spend an hour downvoting people. No one notices. Yeah, see, I thought so. And then the uncle. So what the fuck is this now? Like, you could have done better. So what's the goal then? Like, I have the most amount of misery tokens left. And I ruined 45 lives. I mean, honestly, I think that might be it, Gaucher. I think it might just say every time. Like, that you could have done better. It's been a terrible day. Alright. Alright, so. Leave yourself at none. Yeah, you know what? I think I will go the bougie route this time. Start there. Skip work today. Alright, so now I have extra misery tokens to work with. And I'll take the bus. Get on the bus. Alright, so take up more than one seat. And I remember this one. Yeah, well, let's stop for coffee. Make a very large order. All right. You order 12 custom beverages and a hot sandwich. Of the 5 people behind you, 3 leave and go to a different cafe. The shift manager tries not to cry. You're late to work and missing a meeting. 2 coworkers. Okay, yeah. Right with you. Okay, so we did this one. Diner. Send your food back. Yeah, I mean, So once again, we are trying to be a bit more expensive, so I will send the food back this time. You eat 2/3 of your perfectly cooked meal and send it back. You complain it's undercooked. I fucking hate. I despise this type of shit. But once again, we're supposed to be the most despicable motherfucker imaginable, so. The server brings back the food. The chef is not happy and takes it out on the server. The manager has to step in to stop the yelling. Jesus fucking Christ. Leave without paying? Alright. You simply leave without paying. The owner yells at the server for letting him leave. I guess him being me. The cost of the meals comes out of the server's meager paycheck. The busboy is mad there's no tip to split. Alright, I guess we're being this type of asshole. You write an email to your subordinates, eviscerating them for subpar work, threatening a performance review. 2 of them take it so personally that they leave early. 3 work late to try and improve their performance. 1 quits. Check your work calendar. You put in a vacation request for the week of an important milestone. Your project manager scrambles to figure out how to cover the work needed that week. 3 other people have to cancel their vacation plans to ship the product on time. Go. It's the end of the workday, but your job isn't done yet. Let's see here. Press all buttons. And then fucking up the tags. Pour them all. Alright. You take colorful, high-sugar, high-calorie items and place them on the healthy snacks shelf. The shelf is low and within reach of kids. A parent leads their child to the healthy snacks, only to notice the sugar-filled fruit leather. The kid has a temper tantrum when he can't have it. The other shoppers are not amused by the loud screams. Oh, God. You take your grocery items to the lane. Oh, pay with loose change. Your bills come to $87.22. You start counting change. Negative. Okay. You take so long that the cashier's shift changes in the middle of the transaction. Neither cashier are happy. On your way out, you leave the shopping cart. Okay. Go to the grocery store. Go for a walk. I mean, can I continue to get negative misery tokens? End of the walk. Oh, so there's no consequence. Okay. Oh, is this meant to reflect that I'm having a good day now? Yeah, see, I thought this was like a spoon situation where, like, I only had so many tokens to work with out of the day. You walk in the center of the sidewalk. Watch an episode of The Nanny. It's also a game jam game, so I might not have gotten that far with the mechanics. That's also entirely fair. You listen to The Nanny on full volume. Fran Drescher's laugh pierces even the most thorough headphones. Everyone can hear it. Nobody likes it. You're finally home, so your neighbors, and then call the cops. Tell people they're wrong. Pretend naive ignorance when discussing politically charged topics on YouTube. You respond to a YouTube clip on Ebola asking if vaccines cause autism. You continue to ask questions about GMOs, Big Pharma, and chemtrails as people respond. Ah, God. Me looking at the chemtrails comment. That's a name I've not heard in a long time. Long time. Several people tried to patiently explain how you are wrong. They spend countless hours repeating themselves and providing original sources before giving up. See, this was me with a former mutual when I tried to explain to them why the term trap is inappropriate. Suffice it to say, this is someone I no longer associate with. You have negative 34 misery tokens. Does this make you uncomfortable? Does this ruin your play experience? Wow. Wow. Okay, no, that's fucking brilliant. No, legitimately, that's actually kind of fucking genius. Because I was like, oh, wait, like I misunderstood the game mechanic. This wasn't well explained to me. Does this make you uncomfortable? Does this ruin your play experience? That's actually really fucking clever. I love that, genuinely. That was really good. Holy shit. Ah. You have ruined 88 people's days. It has been a terrible day. Alright. So let's actually take the time to read through each of these now. Dallas, a college student carrying heavy music equipment, had to stand unnecessarily on the bus. Galen, Brian, and Jessica leave the cafe rather than wait so long in line after your order. Victoria, the Starbucks manager, notes every customer, then leaves due to your obnoxious order. I think that was possibly meant to be that leaves, but I don't know. Jeremy and Chris, co-workers who dislike each other, waited uncomfortably long in a meeting you never arrived for. Paul from accounting rants about people who text on their phones while in a conversation. Gordon, head chef at Bob's Diner, resents being told his perfect meal was undercooked. Olivia, server at Bob's Diner, had to deal with the abrasive head chef. Rawl, the shift manager at Bob's Diner. Notice there's no Bob here at Bob's Diner, by the way. had to split up the fight between head chef and a server. Oh, wait, I spoke too soon. Bob from Bob's Diner dealing with a non-paying customer. Olivia, server from Bob's Diner, was docked for your meal out of her paycheck. Ricky, a busboy from Bob's Diner, had to clear your table without a tip. Two subordinates at work, Aaron and Mark, were berated for poor performance and left early. Three subordinates at work, Charles, Moxie, and Caitlin, stayed late to make up for their poor performance. Ainsley, the intern, quit after being berated for her performance. Brian, spelled with a Y, the project manager, had to salvage a milestone while understaffed. Edgar, Mindy, and Alexis are forced to abandon vacation plans so they can fill in for you. Gloria from publishing slips and falls into the water from the overflowing toilet. Quinn, the office janitor, had to spend most of the day cleaning the bathroom. Shia, Tammy, Nigel, Sandeep, and Eric, and Pam, were unable to use the bathroom. Robert rode the elevator as it stopped on every floor, cursing you every step of the way. Missy, Sophia, Jean, and Lily leave the mall without a prom dress since none of them fit right. Carlos, a minimum wage security guard, spent an hour trying to reset an old alarm system at the mall. Jackson, a whiny 4-year-old, throws a temper tantrum after seeing and not being allowed to have unhealthy snacks. Irene, Jackson's mother, tries to placate her son without giving in to junk food. 5 shoppers at Whole Foods. Oh, God. Oh. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not mad at fucking with people at Whole Foods, alright? Whole Foods can go fuck itself. 5 shoppers at Whole Foods can't help but cringe at the child's shrieks for junk food. David, a cashier, resents spending his last hour of his shift helping you count change in the grocery store. Shayna, another cashier, nearly quits when she has to explain the difference between a nickel and a quarter to you. Georgia, a woman throwing a party, was inconvenienced by the shopping cart sitting in the only free parking space. Eliza and Freddie were rudely interrupted as you walked right between them. Gavin tries to get past you as you walk, but you always seem to be in his way. 12 pigeons were startled and flew away from their delicious bread. 7 passengers and the bus driver were forced to listen to The Nanny on full volume. Patrick, the weird neighbor who lives alone, is arrested for refusing to obey a police officer. Stephen and Travis, police officers, waste their time on a prank call. I am not you, Potato Man 666, and Lumiere did not like being corrected, especially when they weren't wrong. Throwaway 6549, ang_p and what. Spend the night thinking up inventive new insults for people like you. They appear to enjoy it, but they don't. Alan, Becky, Eli, Sing? Lesine. Jerry and Dr. Lee argue with you in YouTube comments about autism and vaccines. Sing. Oh boy, my favorite movie about animals. Henry, the lone anti-vaxxer on YouTube, wastes his night trying to support you. Oh, that's an optimistic estimate. That is a very optimistic estimate. Oh my god. The player of this game finds the lack of functioning economy in this game concerning. Oh, I've never been so happy to be called the fuck out. Holy shit. Congratulations. You've ruined a total of 88 lives today. Thank you for playing. Holy shit. Honestly, I think that's probably about as good a note to end on as you can get. Just gonna let the music come to fruition here. So green and miserable is correct. Glad my instinct on... Yeah, no, you hit the nail right on the fucking head, Koshe. Oh my god, this was a lot more enjoyable than I expected it to be, legitimately. So, let's take a moment to fucking thank Liz England for this game, because this was like... I mean, obviously, yes, it's fun to just sort of hypothesize how big of a shit you can be in 24 hours, but also just the little clever twist at the end there. Oh my god. Well, that was, in fact... Everyday Misanthrope. And I had a lot of fun. Surprising none of you, I'm sure. But, yeah. I mean, I suppose it did demonstrate, to an extent at least, how much fun it can be to be just a vapid shit to people. I mean, I personally believe context is important, and that certain people do deserve to have consequences for their, well, I guess, lack of direct action, but all the same, I don't think many people are gonna be coming to the defense of Whole Foods in the comment section of the VOD. And of course, the fucking pigeons had it coming. However, I think these types of games are important, not only for the sake of just promoting indie game devs and game jams and the like, but also having outlets like this through which to vent frustration when you are dealing with a lot of just pent-up aggression born from living in a late-stage capitalist hellscape. So I do genuinely applaud this game for being a fun little exploration into hypothetical vices. And I encourage all of you to download it if you are able to find it. So yeah. Thank you to my mod Koshe for actually recommending this game to me, among others, for the Saturday streams. Once again, I had a blast, and I hope you all had fun watching me. And I'm looking forward to the next time we get to see one another with, well, whatever simulator game I do next week. But until then, stay true to yourselves and your, well, I suppose, pent-up hatred for society and everything in it. And always remember to fucking think.